Let's be honest, this is what you guys all came here to see. Some nice wood, right? I mean, we got it. This is a whole tree that took down the other day. It was already on the ground. All the limbs are pretty much just in big sections, so I cut them up into poles. The bigger stuff got bucked. This is, I believe it's silver maple, is what kind of wood this is, but got some cool marks on the grain. That one kind of looks like a spider. Definitely need to be taken down. Had some rot holes. Had some pieces where they're missing some chunks like that. That kind of looks cool. It's a mustache. Pretty decent size rounds. Got all that yarded up, as well as this. This is a good amount of wood here, so we'll get this seasoned. And we got the big stuff here that we haven't taken care of yet. We got to move this soon so the lawn guy can cut the lawn. Brought a bunch of bundles to the stand. Only have one pallet, about half a pallet of bundles left. Things have been going really good. They've been selling right along, so we're going to keep producing. This wood has been sitting out for about a little over a week now, drying in the air. After I stack it, I take my leaf blower and I blow the sections in between. So there's nice big gaps for air to go through. I think it's a very important step in the drying process. I process smaller loads at a time, like batches per se. It's more like small batch bourbon. I don't really produce 5-6 face cords at a time to process it into bundles. I wouldn't have really room for that. So I pretty much do about a face cord at a time, if not a little more. And I just dry it out really good. Most of my sections and pieces of wood are either half moons like this, or it's just a half piece of wood split, or some pieces get quartered like that. But for the most part, it's ready to go. I just have to get it bundled. So the next day we'll be bundling all this at once. The new little splitter table is working great. Put the splitter up here. Everything's more level now, so I don't have to worry about things tipping over. Pull this tarp off of here so you guys can see it. We're gonna throw another brace in the center. That way I don't have to worry about collapsing again, because I kind of just reused this one and reinforced this one. But honestly, both sections got reused, just modified. So I want to get some more stringers on there as well to kind of brace it up, and maybe even some longer feet on this one. This one has more stability with the longer feet like that. So this is the new station. All the wood at the end more or less makes its way all the way down, goes to the splitter here, gets split up, gets stacked up, and then it dries for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. Like I said, this is all dead standing wood. Everything's under 25% moisture content. Most of it's around 15 or 10%, and it's all pretty much dead standing wood ready to go. So just wanted to give you guys an update and show you guys what we got going on. Got wood in pretty much every process of cutting, bucking, splitting, stacking. This is the leftover rounds from yesterday in the wagon that I brought to transport everything. So this will dry out nice and get nice and seasoned, and then as soon as this is ready, this will get processed into wood and it'll be good to go. I want to go show you guys my little setup we got going on in the woods right now. I'm going to modify the table probably tonight or tomorrow, but I kind of wanted to give you guys just a little sneak preview of what we got going on. We moved everything over to the other side of our trails again, and we're processing wood on this side. We're going to start very soon here. Got the trails all mowed today as well. I like to keep this nice and clean and open. That way when I want to get back here to do wood, I can. And here's our cut. This is where I harvested wood before. That's why this is all opened up. I had the same thing, the bucking station over here. And everything pretty much just got dragged down the line and bucked right here into a trailer. We're moving over a little bit. Over here, we got some nice 10 to 15, 20 foot sections of wood. One long one was cut up into 2 pieces, but the 2 in the bottom more or less were 1 tree. And you guys can kind of get an idea. People are like, oh yeah, those aren't trees, or those aren't logs. Well, I don't know what you call a section of tree that's over 15, 20 feet. I certainly wouldn't call it a branch, but that's just me. Yeah, it's not big in diameter, but this is easy stuff for me to move and process, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking to try to kill myself to get the pieces of wood that I know I'm not going to be able to get. So here's the bucking station. Give you guys an idea again. We just take our log, put it in our little jig here, put the piece of wood all the way to the end. We chop right there with a chainsaw. We're gonna move this and the arm all the way over to the end, and we're gonna put a piece of wood here as a bump stop. That way when the log hits that, it can't, when you start cutting, it can't get jerked forward or move anywhere. It'll be nice and stable. So we're gonna move all this down, but this is pretty much the concept of it. Move a log onto the table, cut it, drag it down. Now eventually I would like to incorporate a winch on the backside of the tree. That way the winch would just pull this up every single time. So I would cut with a chainsaw, have someone hit the winch button to drag the tree all the way down to the bump stop, and then once it's there, I'd cut and it would drop, and then I would repeat the process, and it would probably speed it up a good amount. But that's for another day. All these ash right here you see in front of us, we're going to get them taken down very, very soon here. Going to drop them all in this direction, and we're going to skid them all pretty much right to this bucking station right here. We have a tree strap set up for a land anchor. It's not a very big tree, but it's got good solid roots. So we're anchoring to this with a tree strap, tree saver on it, and then it just chains on the very end. We put the chains right in our front bumper of our mower, and it anchors it right to the tree. So that way we'll be able to use that as a land anchor to start pulling all this lumber in towards us. We want as much wood as we possibly can get. Like I said, everything's going to be felled in the direction that we are standing in currently. This way it's pretty much all just boom, 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 and then we drag it this way, pop it on there, cut it, and be done. And then it goes up front, and then it's split and stacked and ready to go. So that's pretty much an update on it. I'll show you where we were processing wood. You guys can kind of see I just dragged this with a lawnmower over here. It was very easy to do. Just low center of gravity, throw a strap on the bottom of it, and skidded it right across. But it was over here, if you guys remember in the previous videos. And these are all our butts that are odd long sections that we got to pretty much cut up. There's some little stick twigs and stuff. And this bigger log over here that's drying up. I just got it up on some logs now. It was on the ground. It was a little wet. As you can see, it's cracked, starting to dry, but it's fairly heavy still and fairly waterlogged. So we're gonna let it dry out some more before we even bother cutting it up. Just because it's been sitting in the ground. Pretty much, I think it was sitting right here, honestly. But yeah, there's really not too much more over here to harvest. Everything over here is kind of just farther back, and then everything over here is not ash. Like there's a lot of woods and trees, but not really much dead ash in there. I want pretty much the grove, the dead ash grove. That's more or less what I want. You guys can see we still have to take care of these big mamma jammas, and that's another reason we carried that bucking station over there. That way we can drop this tree right along this trail right here and have all this room to work on it. That way there'll be no issue getting to either side of it, cutting it up. It'll be nice and easy, and then the cleanup, we can just clean it all up and then blow it off to the sides and be done. So that's the game plan. That's what we're gonna do. We gotta be careful of these little smaller widow makers that are up in it, and the top is very dead and brittle, so we really got to be careful when we do that. But yeah, so wanted to show you guys the current what's going on. Thanks everyone for watching. Really appreciate it. We're gonna get back inside. I'm gonna get cleaned up. Mosquitoes are starting to eat me alive. Hope everyone is having a great day. We'll be back with you with more firewood action soon. Peace.